Just after 8 p.m. on March 2nd, suspected drunk driver Tashanti Tony was heading riverbound on Esplanade Avenue. It was a busy Saturday night, just after the Endymion parade ended, and Tony's car, police say, veered into the bike lane. There, police say, he drove into two groups of cyclists, killing Cherie Walls and David Hines, and injuring another 7 people. His car finally came to a stop after crossing the neutral ground. So many things went wrong that night, not the least of which was that Tony ended up behind the wheel of his car in the first place. But things might have turned out differently if there was one other thing we could do: make New Orleans city streets safer for cyclists.
Ghost bikes are a notice to other drivers that a vulnerable pedestrian was killed because of reckless behavior.
I'm here for David, I'm here for Cherie, I'm here for Sophie, and I'm here for me.
I don't know if all you guys knew Cherie or you come for a cause. That's great. You know, drunk driving and bike safety, good 2 causes if those are the causes you came for today. But I came today for my daughter, Cherie. If everybody knew her, they would want her as a daughter as well. She's probably the best daughter that anyone could have. Thank you.
If I learned anything from Cherie Walls, it is to be courageous and not to wait until the right moment to take a stand for what is right.
While the Esplanade Avenue crash stands out for the number of people impacted by it, cyclists are hurt on New Orleans streets with shocking regularity. Just last year, a Wall Street Journal analysis pegged New Orleans as the 6th most dangerous city for cyclists. In 2017, 281 cyclists were injured in New Orleans traffic crashes. Just hours before the Esplanade crash, another cyclist was forced to turn into moving traffic on St. Claude Avenue because a car had stopped in the bike lane.
I scooted over, I'm going past this car, and then I kind of hear a car coming sort of close from the side. All of a sudden I'm like kind of sideswiped by it. I got hit on this side and it bounced me into the parked car. But the car that hit me like continued. The person in the lift got out, walked me to the curb, and then also drove away, and that was over. It was just this thing that happened where I almost died and nobody felt like they wanted to make sure I was okay or was aware that they had done anything that was wrong.
What happened last week was senseless and it was tragic, and it happens all the time. Cherie and David were not the first 2 people on bikes to be killed by a person in a car this year, nor this month.
Our thoroughfares are not just for people in cars, but we as a city have to step up to make that very clear and to protect people that are not just in cars. Our cyclists, our pedestrians, and we have not done that well. We have not made it a priority.
Good bike infrastructure can solve mobility challenges that we all share, right? Whether you are, even if you never get on a bike, bike lanes can really help for you by making the road just more organized and clear. It makes things safer all around. You get enough people biking and it reduces traffic congestion. So there's so many benefits to riding bikes that we just have to get the safety piece right.
The city is becoming more and more bike friendly, which is helping get more cyclists on the streets. But we still have far to go. So we have 3 suggestions for how to make New Orleans safer for bicyclists. 1. Discourage driving to get to big city events by closing more streets down around them. Thanks to our busy festival schedule and annual Mardi Gras celebration, New Orleans law enforcement is some of the best at managing big crowds. But the city fails at keeping drivers out of the way. We should prioritize walking, public shuttles, and biking. 2. As we install the promised 70+ miles of upcoming bike lanes, as many of them as possible should be protected. That means placing the bike lane between the sidewalk and rows of parked cars. 3. Ensure the NOPD is enforcing the law about keeping stopped cars out of bike lanes. even when they're just there to make deliveries or pick up or drop off Lyft and Uber riders. By treating these roadways with respect, we make sure cyclists aren't forced to jump in and out of oncoming car traffic just to get where they're trying to go.
We also need to come together in a cultural shift in terms of how we treat each other on the roadways and the type of respect that we show other people when we're out there, whether you're behind the wheel or behind the handlebars or just walking. You want to make sure that you're paying attention and looking out for the other people that are on the roads. This is public space that we all share.
Yeah, I'm biking. Everyone is surprised that I'm biking, but every time someone passes me, I feel tension and I feel afraid, but I'm not gonna stop biking because I like biking. Yeah.
Too many people have already been hurt, and worse, just trying to get around New Orleans, which should be a bike-friendly city. It's small, it's almost totally flat, and it's warm here most of the year. We can do better to protect our cyclists and drivers. So what are we waiting for?
What took them out, I quote my dear friend Sophie, was not an equal and opposite force. What took them out was a brute force, and we are going to vastly outweigh that with both the love of all of the people here today and beyond, and a commitment to justice, to do it and to do it right, and to do it right now.